Megan.
Okay, we're good to go?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for seeing us today. And as I say, Gary usually presents, but he did prepare the budget and submit it before he left on his holidays. So,
So we had reviewed it and passed it through our board.
yeah. I should, does everyone know Fran is our board chair?
Okay.
Fran Wright. And I'm Angie Knights, and I'm the CEO at the library and the head librarian. So we're the B team. So we are asking for an increase this year. I think you all have a copy of the budget that Gary submitted.
Yeah.
The biggest changes for us this year have been payroll, obviously because of the contract. We have to abide by that, of course. And the other thing has been propane this year. We think that we were having some problems with our programmable thermostat, and we've got it under control now, so we're hoping that propane costs will go down a bit. Or should I say usage will go down a bit. Other than that, I think it works out to just a little under 5% increase. And we also, after we composed the budget, we had a look at the staff time that's required to administer the recreation equipment collection. And we have in the past only had one staff member on Saturdays, and it is just not enough, particularly in the winter time. We love the shed. It works really well for the collection, but it does mean that the staff member who is handling a recreation loan often has to leave the desk unattended to go out to the shed and collect the equipment, particularly in the winter with the skis. People don't know what they weigh. They don't know their shoe size. And we ask them to call ahead and tell us if they need 4 pairs of skis or something. They'll give us a guess about their shoe size, but often we bring in what we think they'll need, and we have to go out and get, it just, it is taking a lot more time, particularly this winter, which is sort of a good news, bad news, because it means the collection's being used more.
Yep.
But it also means that our single staff member just can't cope on Saturdays. So what we are proposing is that from November till probably the end of March, so it will affect just the last 2 months of this year, that we have 2 staff members on Saturdays. Corey and I, our assistant librarian, will alternate working those. So I've worked it out, and for the last couple of months of this year, it will probably mean about $1,000 in extra payroll costs. I don't see any way around it. We really can't move hours from anywhere else to Saturdays. So, so that would be an adjustment to the budget that you see in front of you. Otherwise, I think that we are seeing an increase in programming costs this year, fortunately, because we can do programming again now. So it's been a while since we've done in-person programming with our summer reading club and March break programs and so on, but we hope to be able to increase that over the summer. We're also looking at doing our seniors computing classes again this spring. Those were hugely popular. We had to suspend them during COVID, but that program is covered by the remains of the Kimberley grant that we applied for, so that won't affect the operating budget in any big way. I don't know if anyone has questions about.
Counselors, do you have any questions?
Yeah,
Yes,
I got a question. Well, you mention your propane went up, but I don't see it in here. What would it be under?
It should be under facilities.
It's on the front first page under
Yeah, under
facilities,
facilities.
so 6-1 down.
And
On a separate page.
yeah, and it's included in the facilities generally, Adrian, but I can break it up for you because we have a more
Okay.
detailed.
I was just looking at page 21,
Yeah.
and I didn't see it on that.
No, I think what the treasurer
Mr. Chair.
has probably grouped it.
Yeah, so what you have is a copy of basically the library budget. They have submitted an actual full-scale,
9 to 9.
yes, I mean,
Yeah.
we did not supply that to,
Okay.
Just
No,
to
it's
give you an idea, Adrian, in 2022, in 2021 it was $49.67 for the year.
Yeah.
In 2022 it was $8,000.
So it's almost
So
close to
almost
double.
double.
So, yeah.
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 And part of that is, that in 2022, we were renting the schoolhouse more, so we were heating that room more with the, but it's also just the cost of the propane.
And I see in snow removal, you have anything actual, then you got 0 in for the budget, is that?
Yeah, we get, for the actual, for that, yeah, we get that from the township, so it's whatever.
Oh, okay, so that's why it's 0
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
township.
And we also, our, happy news, sort of, but our bookkeeper who does our entries, we did hire a bookkeeper in 2022 because prior to that, Fran and Daphne had been doing the entries and it was just onerous for volunteers to do that. So we, but she had a baby in January and so she's been on maternity leave. So she hasn't completed the full year end. So some of the expenses that the township informs us about at the end of the year weren't entered on the budget, so Gary took,
Okay.
basically what we did last year, and it was 4%, I think, that he used
Okay.
as a factor, so.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a question on, it came up to me, a member of the church
Yes,
contacted me,
yes.
and I guess you must know about it, but I was just wondering, and I wouldn't mind helping on this. Do you think it would be okay, it would be beneficial if you had a memorandum of understanding with the church, whereas you cover the snow plowing, and then you can use the use of the lot except on Sunday?
I do.
Yeah.
It's always been that way, sort of not formally, we never had a memorandum with them, but until this year, the entire parking lot was always plowed, and that section between the hall and the boulevard was cleared so that you could go round.
Yeah.
There's a few issues with the way things were done this year, and one is that we do have large groups, like we host the Seniors Diners Club on the second Wednesday of each month, and they often have up to 30 people there, so our parking lot can't hold that, and we use the church parking lot. And so with the snow there, it means that their clients, who are all elderly seniors, are walking around the side of the road, around the end of the boulevard to get to the library. It means that people in our parking lot and people in the church can't go around to head out onto 15, and it's a treacherous entry there because of that little dip just north of the library.
Yeah.
There's also a great big pile of snow there right now.
Yeah.
So you have to pull out quite far onto the
Before you can
shoulder
see.
before you can see if there's traffic coming. I have talked to members of the church, and they are talking to their insurance company if that's the issue, because they said they have in the past gotten a sort of letter of understanding or something from the insurance company waiving liability for the township if we do plow the parking lot. So I hope something can be done, because it is
It's dangerous for both parties.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you need my help on that, I'm willing to help.
okay, thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I've been talking to Dave Green, and they are talking to the church's insurance company to try and find out what they can do. Frankly, I don't actually know where the property line is, so I don't know how much of it is library property, that's involved and how much is theirs, but it's worked so well in the past, and
Yeah.
we've been good partners. They lend us their tables for our yard sale, and
Well, that's what the guy that called me, that's a member of the church, he said it's worked so good in the past, but he
It
said the
has.
church is actually now looking at maybe blocking it off,
yeah,
and
I think that would be a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the church members are also library members as well, so.
very good.
And I can't imagine that it would raise the budget that much for snow removal if we continue to cover that.
Yeah.
Well, I
the-
actually think it would make it easier for the guys plowing, because they can go right around.
Well, I think so, but the problem that we've run into is if we do that church, then we gotta do other churches, and we're not doing that. But we could say this is specific, separate, and there's a memorandum of understanding that the library then gets to use the church parking lot when they need it.
Yes, yeah,
So that's a unique situation, it's not just
It
a.
is.
yes, it is, yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anywhere else where it would apply, any other church. So we'd definitely be interested in
Okay,
in that if it could be worked out.
Perfect.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, no other questions on the budget?
Yeah.
Good? No other
Yeah.
questions?
I'd just like to say, ladies, thank you, and I know I say this quite a bit about the lending library, because you guys have been a very great asset to that.
And it's certainly popular for the township.
It's talked about a lot, people enjoy it, so
Well,
thank
we
you.
appreciate the support from council too, and the fact that we're included with, you know, the other committees, the rec committees that, like North Augusta, and we were just at the Mark on Saturday for their pancake breakfast, and we took all the skis and
Did it get
snowshoes.
used a lot?
Pardon me?
Did it get used a lot, Angie?
Yeah, we had five groups that took out, I think, four sets of skis each, and the snowshoes not so much, because the snow was not good for,
No,
wasn't
no.
snowshoe, it was snow, but, considering the weather, and I think they had a good trip. And, it's ironic, because they canceled the one at the end of January, because they didn't think they were gonna have snow, and then we got that blizzard the day before. But, you know, you can't
Yeah.
tell, but it's, what's nice is that a lot of the people that borrow the rec equipment, the idea, as I understand it, when we partnered with the township, was for families that really can't afford to go out and buy their kids skis and snowshoes and things on the off chance that they might enjoy it. We have quite a few groups where, you know, and particularly on Saturday too, we had one family that went out and they came back and they said the kids just loved it. So they're, you know, they're looking at. And we applied for a grant last year for the rec collection, and we bought a paddleboard. And we, bought some more snowshoes and some ski poles, ski boots, sorry. When Nicole bought the first collection, she basically went to Sport Chek at the end of the season and bought whatever was on sale. So and she did really well with, you know, the variety, but we found that some of the popular boot sizes, we didn't have enough. And we would have occasions where we could have lent out skis and things, but we didn't have the right size boots, so we topped that up too, and with the grant from the Brockville Community Foundation, so. And the $1,000 that the township has put in our budget to cover expenses for the rec collection, we had to replace quite a lot of equipment last summer after the Play in the Park program. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, because the year before it was fine, but we had like a croquet set pretty much destroyed and a badminton set. You know, so, but there is wear and tear and skate sharpening and things, so there are expenses every year.
Perfect.
It's been a real plus for us too, so.
Great, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for your attention. Maybe we don't need Gary Hawk.
No, I
No, that is a well-earned. Most of you probably know that Gary is our, helps on our finance committee, but he's also our unpaid tech support.
Does a bit of everything.
Has been
Yeah.
for years, and yeah. We costed it out a few years ago, what it would cost us for tech support if Gary weren't doing it as a volunteer, and it was up over $10,000.
No,
So,
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
ladies. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
you too, bye-bye. Okay, I guess we'll adjourn for 15 minutes, I think.
Go through,
Sorry?
we're going into a closed session next.
Yeah, but you can.
Did you want to just go into the closed section and we'll recess like we normally do, and then we're just ready to go?
Sure. Whatever you wish.
Whatever saves time.
Either way, we gotta do it. Okay, moved by Deputy Mayor Winans, seconded by Councillor Pate, be resolved this council move in a closed meeting at 2:45 PM. 1:45 PM. Use that clock. As per the Municipal Act, Chapter 25, Section 2001, Section 239, brackets 2, discuss identifiable individual reference our CAO requirement. All in favor?